Well, Ange, commiserations. It's defeat, but what did you make of it?
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the defeat, goes without saying. But look, I thought for large parts the lads did a really good job. It's not an easy place to come, with the environment, the atmosphere, and I thought we handled it really well for the majority of the game. Again, big moments. We've kind of missed the opportunity to capitalise on, which allows then the opposition always, particularly when they're at home, to build some momentum into their pressure. And unfortunately, we just didn't take those big moments.
Yeah, for an hour you sort of frustrated them, didn't they? While having your own moments in the game as well, but you could tell they were being a bit frustrated.
Yeah, I thought we had good control of the game. They weren't creating much. We were dealing with the set piece threat pretty well at times, but we had our moments going forward, and you've got to capitalise on those. You can't. It's been the story of our, this sort of window we've had that, we just haven't really converted for the opportunities we created, and that's allowed football games to get away from us.
Have you had a chance to look at the Newcastle first goal again? Because there's a lot of question marks about whether or not it was a foul on Morgan Gibbs-White.
It's just the world we've created, mate, where referees won't make decisions. They'll let VAR. So, pick up the slack. It's not refereed here anymore. You can tell that they just don't have authority anymore, or much authority anymore. And so decisions like that will invariably sort of go the way of wherever the momentum shift is. And, there wasn't any way we were going to get that, in the current environment today.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's almost a sign of things. It kind of happens when the team is down.
Yeah, it does. That's sometimes you go through those spells, but, you kind of hope that, anyway, my experience over the long run, it does even itself out. We just got to keep sort of believing in what we're doing, and it'll turn around.
After that first goal, it did lead to a good spell for Newcastle, didn't it? Matt Sells needed to make some good saves.
Yeah, and we had a great opportunity, mate. We had an unbelievable opportunity to go 1-1. So, it depends the way you want to look at games. I kind of look at games and just, from my perspective, at 1-0, we had a great opportunity to go 1-1 and get some momentum in the game. And, when you don't, then you open up, and obviously the opposition then get opportunities. I think that's only natural because we're trying to get a goal.
I get the impression that I know it's defeat, and obviously everybody wants points. That's what football's about. But I get the impression you're quite positive tonight about potentially about the way forward, perhaps.
There's no reason not to be. I've hated this week with the whole woe is me aspect. Don't fear for me. I'm fine. I love a fight. I've said to you during the week, I could have been sitting on the couch. It's not what drives me. So we've got a bit of a fight in our hands. Big deal. People aren't convinced. Big deal. Let's just. I firmly believe that's why I took the role on in what we can do. We can have success, and we will have success. And nothing I've seen in the last sort of 3.5 weeks changes my mind on that.
To continue the positive theme, Jair Cunha, a first Premier League start, first Premier League minutes for him today. How do you think he did?
Yeah, I thought he coped well. Him and Savona, they're both young guys, new to the Premier League, and Newcastle ask us some pretty difficult questions with their wingers and their front guys. So I thought both boys will come through that experience. Aren't many venues more difficult than up here. So I thought both boys can credit themselves well.
And Murillo on the bench today, is that an injury thing, or was it just a selection thing?
No, he's just not fit enough. We've seen that. But we've got 2 weeks with him now. We've got to get him fit. It's going to be a good 2 weeks for us. We've got him, we've got Douglas Luiz, Shevchenko, a couple of the other boys who haven't played a lot. We can do some real work with them so that when we get on the other side of the break, we've got everyone ready to go.